Hi, everyone. I'm San Francisco Mayor London Breed, and I'm really grateful to be here at Good Samaritan, and the Executive Director, Mario Paz, is joining us to talk about a number of significant accomplishments with the Office of Early Childhood Education in San Francisco, and Ingrid Mesquita is here, as well as Supervisor Melgar, and so many amazing folks who are really an important part of why San Francisco has been a national leader in early childhood education, so much so that we have been paid a visit by the Executive Director of First Five of California, Jackie Wong. Thank you so much for joining us. She wanted a piece of the action too, so she came all the way down from Sacramento because I'm really proud of everything that we have been doing in San Francisco. And it goes back to 2018 when the voters of San Francisco passed Proposition C to invest more resources into early childhood education. And I want to acknowledge someone who isn't here but was a real leader in this effort, and that's former Supervisor Norman Yee, who did a really great job of focusing on childcare and making sure we had support and resources. And as a result, San Francisco has been able to do some transformative work, and I'm really proud of it. We knew that there was a need to recruit and to retain early childhood educators, and we've been able to provide increases in salaries with subsidies that have led to over 1,600 early educators receiving raises of $12,000, which helps us with not only recruitment, it helps us with retention. We've been able to double the number of child care slots, going from 6,000 to 12,000 child care slots, providing over 50,000 child care subsidies over the past 5 years because of this office. We've been able to reduce this significant wait list by over 70% because of our investments. And also, we've been able to help rehabilitate and create new child care facilities. So far, 40 new and rehabilitated child care facilities, including 17 this year. San Francisco is really investing in our efforts around early childhood education, and I've been all over the city cutting ribbons on new facilities, helping to provide resources and support to some of our existing facilities that needed an upgrade and needed the kind of new advanced facilities that ensure that our children have these great environments. And when I walk into these facilities, I'm always excited and impressed by all the new improvements, all the little things that these kids get to enjoy that didn't exist before. And I'm really proud of San Francisco for being an extraordinary leader in the work that we've done and will continue to do to make sure that we continue those investments. So today is really about taking a moment to reflect on how far we've come, how much work we've done together to get us to this point, and to make sure that we continue to push the envelope and be an example for the rest of the state and the rest of the nation to follow as it relates to investments in early childhood education. And with that, one of the person who has actually picked up the mantle to be the person that's responsible and focused on ensuring that these investments continue and this work continues and we do even more great things for our children is no other than Supervisor Myrna Melgar.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm Myrna Melgar. I'm the supervisor for District 7, which is the area of San Francisco that has the highest concentration of kids in our city. And I am so proud of the department that we have here today under the leadership of our Mayor, London Breed. we were able to merge two different departments, First Five and the Office of Early Childhood, to create a department that is integrated, that serves the needs of families and children. And buried deep in this report is the wonderful outcomes and a whole lot of really meaningful data about what it means to serve children. Because when you serve children and serve them with high quality programs and care, it has outcomes that last the entirety of a person's lifetime. So all kinds of wonderful things happen. Graduation rates go up in high school. Criminal justice involvement goes down. The health of the family goes up. There's all of these really great things that happen when you invest in kids early and you invest in their families to make sure they're supported throughout those early years of childhood that are so important. I'm so grateful to Ingrid Mesquita, our fearless leader and director of this department, for her vision and her stick-to-itiveness, because a lot of folks were like, oh, no, don't change anything. And then we have created this wonderful infrastructure that supports programs, supports providers, and supports the slots that we still need to build for the little ones. As the state is changing, we are investing in transitional kindergarten, and I'm so grateful to our First Five partners and to the governor for that early investment from the state. We also have to adapt to make sure that we are leveraging everything to make sure that we support the kids. But one last thing that I will say is that this is all about kids and family. It's really about all of us. So we have just gone through this terrible pandemic that has decimated our downtown. It has had a profound effect in the way people work. So a recent report by the Center for American Progress says that one of the largest groups that hasn't come back to work in person is women. And the number one reason they cited is lack of childcare. So as we are working together and our mayor is focused on bringing people back to work in person, we will have the childcare in San Francisco that we need to make sure that families thrive, that they survive, and that those kids are successful for the entirety of their school careers and can enter the workforce successfully, because that's what we do in San Francisco. We are forward thinking and we are planning 15 years ahead to make sure that we do what we need to do. So with that, I am so happy to introduce our dignitary today, Jackie Wong, who is the Executive Director of First Five, who's come down from Sacramento to be with us today and to celebrate our successes. Thank you so much. Here you are.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Greetings, buenos dias, and King Chao Kuivit. This year, the Year of the Dragon, yes, we celebrate the 25th anniversary of Proposition 10 and the birth of the Commission on Children and Families. As the Executive Director of the Commission, I know that we could not have done any of this without our local First Five family and the support of cutting-edge cities like San Francisco and the vision of leaders like Mayor Breed and Supervisor Melgar and Supervisor Yee before. Our vision for the next 25 years starts here as we gather to celebrate a landmark achievement in our collective mission to nurture the potential of our youngest Californians. In review of the annual impact report by the San Francisco Department of Early Childhood, I am proud to say that we stand on the threshold of a brighter future for our children and this city. At the heart of this transformative journey is Mayor London Breed's visionary leadership and unwavering commitment to early childhood development. Her dedication has been instrumental in propelling San Francisco to the forefront of early childhood education, not just in our state, but in the nation. I would also like to acknowledge the significant contribution of Supervisor Myrna Melgar, whose support and advocacy for early childhood initiatives have been vital to the success of the department. Her commitment to families and children strengthens our efforts and amplifies the impact of our work. Through innovative initiatives and historic investments, we are reshaping the landscape of early learning and care, making it more accessible, more equitable, and more impactful for all of our children ages 0 to 5. The department's achievements this past year are a testament to the power of collaboration and community, together, we have expanded access to high-quality early learning education, significantly improved workforce compensation for our educators, those who take care of our babies, and constructed new facilities to serve more families when other cities are shutting down facilities. Thank you for that. These strides are not merely numbers in a report. They are lifelines to a future where every child in San Francisco has the opportunity to thrive from the very beginning. The significance of the department's work cannot be overstated. The foundations we lay for our children today will determine the prosperity of tomorrow. By investing in early childhood, we are investing in the architects of the future, ensuring that they have the tools, support, and love they need to build a world better than the one we know today. Better than the one we know today. But let us not be content with our progress. Let this report serve as both a celebration and a clear call to action. There is more work to be done, more barriers to dismantle, and more dreams to nurture. Let us continue to lead by example, showing the state and the nation the transformative power of early childhood support as exemplified the work of the department. The Commission's future in the next 25 years of First Five is guided by this North Star, that all children deserve a system that is healing-centered, trauma-informed, and culturally responsive. Before I conclude, I have the honor of introducing and extending my appreciation to a remarkable leader in our midst, Ingrid Mesquita, the Executive Director of San Francisco Department of Early Childhood Education. Under her guidance, the department has flourished, championing the cause of early child development with an unparalleled dedication and insight. Welcome, Ingrid.
Buenos dias. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for everyone who is in next to me, which I feel very, by the way, very intimidated because these are people who are really not only committed to the work of early childhood, but really championing it in a way that you don't see anywhere else. I think through the leadership and the conviction that our mayor shows around early childhood, I think it's a testament of what San Francisco and other places can do when you really put your sort of collective arms around this issue. You know, the passage of Proposition C was monumental. It was unprecedented resources to be able to provide children, families, and everyone who's part of the system of care resources to be able to fulfill a dream. Having champions like Supervisor Melgar and also Jackie Wong at the state level helps us show that there can be a way of being able to address early childhood disparities. And this is what Proposition C has allowed us to do. But most importantly, the mayor's support has been really consistent around investing these funds, not only in really young children, but also all the people who make up, like I said, this system of care. This last year, we've been able to provide wages and compensation to teachers in the early childhood field, who mostly are women and women of color, who have really bared the brunt of being able to provide care to thousands of families throughout the city without receiving just compensation. Baby Prop C allowed that to do that, but it really has been a collective effort. It is through our department, through the Department of Early Childhood, that we show these bold initiatives that can be done, not only for the people who are part of this workforce, but also to the families who depend on the care and education that these services provide across the city. We've been able to provide an increase, believe it or not, of over 150% now within 1 year of providing access to infant and toddler care, never seen anywhere else across the nation or even in the state. This is historic. And we've been able to start seeing how those investments are turning out as we're seeing the impact of that in children's school readiness. And so as the department creates additional access for children across the city, we're able to support more childcare facilities like the one that you see here today that create really inspiring and learning in places for children to thrive. we look at children across the city to be able to have the same opportunities and be able to see that their potential is a great potential ahead. And as the years unfold, we'll be able to see that we're growing the number not only of children in early care settings, but we're also increasing compensation for those people who are responsible for their nurturing and their learning every day. So with that, I'm very grateful to be able to introduce to you also one of the folks who make that happen, and that is Angelica Castillo Torres, who is one of the early educators here, who is part of this amazing network of people who across the city make learning happen for children every day. Angelica or Angie, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to share a few thoughts about Prop C. Before the passing of Proposition C, I often found myself struggling to make ends meet while trying to provide the best possible care and education for my students. As a new mother, the financial strain was even harder, with the added expenses and responsibilities that come with parenthood. Thanks to Proposition C, I've been able to focus more on my role as a teacher and as a mother without constantly worrying about financial stressors. The additional resources and support have allowed me to create more nurturing and engaging learning environment for my students, while also ensuring that I can provide for my own family's needs. Prop C has been a lifeline for many early educators, teachers like myself, that there's still more to be done, especially in the terms of providing affordable housing for early teachers. Prop C is a step in the right direction, but we need to continue advocating for further improvements. Despite this, I am grateful for the positive impact that Prop C has and continue to support the efforts. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Okay, I want to introduce one of our families for Good Samaritan, Eric Argiro.
So I suppose this makes me the speaker of the parent committee. Well, for one, I'm a huge fan of any program that specializes in and advocates for multicultural, multibilingual education, especially early on. I think the earlier we can introduce diversity into our kids' lives, the better it is for everybody, especially in early education. And I think a familiar and nurturing environment is absolutely key, something like we have here in the facility. Now, I'm personally a city native. I grew up here in the city, and I actually was able to benefit from a program from Good Samaritan. I actually played in their youth soccer team, and now my kid Lilo actually attends a school. So it almost feels like it comes full circle, right? So I'm grateful for the proposition. I'm grateful for the things that it has provided, and overall, I'm a huge advocate of it. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. My name is Mario Paz. I'm the Executive Director of the Good Samaritan Family Resource Center. I want to thank you all for being here today. I want to thank our mayor, all of our special guests. I think the mayor said it best. San Francisco is a national model. And in this space, we believe that every child deserves a high-quality early care and education experience. And we could not have done this without the support of the Department of Early Childhood, without the investments that we're making, not just in the program, but in our teachers. I think you've heard teachers now are earning a living wage. And that in itself is so significant in assuring that we can retain and recruit high-quality educators for our children. In this city, we believe that every children deserves to succeed, not just the privileged few. And that's the values that we share. And in this space, we want to make sure that every child, when they leave here, not only are they ready for school, but they are also ready for life. And this is the investment that San Francisco is making, a true investment. And for that, we are grateful to the Department of Early Childhood, to the mayor for the support, for everyone. So many partners here that have made this happen. We've worked hard to get here. So again, I want to thank San Francisco. I want to thank all the leadership here. Get every child in this space here, every child in this now can dream for a better future. Thank you.